All right,
you get a customer call. Huh? You get a customer call with a dry issue. They said, well, my dryer's not coming on. So before you do anything, the first thing you want to do when you get to the house is you want to turn it on, and then you check the start switch.
Mm-hmm.
The start switch very, very rarely goes out on any dryer, very rarely. So your next step, you're gonna open the door. You're gonna check the door switch. That's your door switch right there. Door switch is very easy to put on. So just say in case you got to replace one, take this out. You get a screwdriver. Hey, what you got? What you got?
I said that's gonna be a Phillips head.
Well, where my tubes out too?
Over here.
Okay. All right, door switch you put on.
It's on the table.
You get Phillips head screwdriver and flathead screwdriver. All right. All right, that's this if you got to put a door switch on. They're easy to put on.
So you say if the door switch don't make this noise right here?
It ain't clicking. It's gonna look like a loose teeth in your mouth. That's what it's gonna be like. All right, take this out. Then you pop this up like a car hood. Right there. Right there. Most of them gonna have these new style gonna have two wires. That's your two connections. That's just unplug this. They're gonna do a switch right there. So how do you get the door switch off? You open the door. You got two screws up on there, two Phillips head right up on there.
Yeah, okay, I'll feel it.
Yeah, so you do two screws. That's how you place the door switch. Just put you need a little thin screwdriver. Put it in here like this. You just want to pry it out on both sides. Don't poke your hand because it's easy to poke. Pull it out. Take two screws out. Pull this up. Put the other in. Screw them in. Plug it back in. Close the door up. Put the hood down. Put your screws back in. All right. That's if the door switch. But those door switches, they are known because people slam their dry doors. They known to go out.
Okay.
They go out. I mean, because people don't take care of the stuff there. They'll slam the door.
Yeah, so that right there, like if nothing else messed up, that should be like a 10-minute.
It depends on where it's located in the house. You know, so if it's easy access like right here, 15 minutes you should be out. You know, you get paid for what you know in the service that you do. That's rule number one. Well, it won't start up, so therefore you got to go to the second step. You're going to the back. We already got the back off of it. So why won't the dry start up? Okay, your next step is what makes this dry start is what you call a thermofuse, which is right here. This is a thermofuse.
Okay.
That's a thermofuse. So y'all gotta have your tester. You set your test on continuity. All right. To make sure you test the battery ain't down, you test it. If it's beeping, put that line right there. That line right there. That means it's good. The thermofuse is good. So those are the two things that will make a dry not come on. Unless they got faulty electricity in the house and one of these right here lines burn off. So if one of these lines burn off, which would be the red one, it won't start it because that's going to the cord, which is you got 120, 120, and a neutral, which makes 240. So if this line burns up on that one, it won't start up either.
And then you said the middle one is the neutral.
It's neutral.
The right one is the.
That one should start the motor up.
And then
that one should start the element up.
Okay.
That's where you get the 240. Okay, so you got that fixed. Okay, well, next step is where my dry is not heating. Before you replace the heating element, don't just assume it's the heating element. So, well, let's go back to the thermofuse. The only way the thermofuse is blowed is because you got a real bad restriction. That means it's a lot of lint clogged up and it's done got clogged up, or your vent hose is clogged up. So that fuse goes out to keep from burning the house up. Okay, but sometimes it may be just a little restriction and the heat box shut off. That's the heat box right here. That's the heat box. So it'll shut off. So the next step you want to test.
That's where the element is, right?
That's the element. But this right here is what you call, that's a thermal fuse right here. Thermal fuse.
That's the thermal cutoff.
Yes, this is a thermal cutoff. And what it does, it cuts the heat off from burning the house up. It only got a little restriction, but this shuts off when you got a bad restriction. This shuts the heat off when you got a little restriction. So you get your little test out again, and then you test it. One right here.
Same continuity.
Same continuity. It's good. So if you don't get no beep, then you replace that.
Okay.
Now suppose you got your thermal fuse good, your thermal cutoff good. So therefore, that means your element's bad. So therefore, this is where you go to your heating element. All right, the heating element is real simple to put on. You got your. All right, this is what you call. I go back to this right here. Let's go back to that one last. All right, let's go back. This is your heating element. That valve. Make sure if you're in doubt, take a picture of what you got to do. Always keep your camera. Take a picture. If you're in doubt, hide wide up. This only has 2 screws in it. This is a brand new element. Right here. And right here. And just grab it like this right here. Slide it down. That's all attempt to it. That's a brand new element right there.
And then it comes just like that, or you gotta take that part?
It comes just like this right here.
Okay.
All right. Now, what you're gonna have to do is, that's your high thermostat. All right, that's your high thermostat. So what you have to do, you have to pop this off. Sometimes it's best to go and replace it, but most of them be good. Just pop it off like this right here. And that's it. Put this on your new element. And that's that. Then take pictures if you have to. Go back on there. Put that over there. And slide that on like that. The element goes in. Sometimes you have to kind of like wiggle it around. Like this right here. Okay.
Then screw it back.
Then screw it. Sometimes it's a little slot that you make the slot, put one of them in, then do the other one. So you put this back in there. Okay. Put that one back in there. So. All right. Then you wire it up. Like it's supposed to go. Some of them wire a little bit different, but just make sure if it's wired different, make sure you take a picture. Because some may have a different thermostat on it. All right. That's how you do it. So let's go through these. You got your thermal cutoff, okay? You got your high limit thermostat. You got your thermal fuse. And this right here is a low thermostat. All right.
So high.
And
then the low.
Low is always gonna be where the air come at it.
Okay.
Now, these two right here communicate with each other through the timer. The timer is up here. Now, this how it works. If you put a thermal fuse on for a customer, and you go back and they call you back within a day, and they say blow another thermal fuse, you done got everything cleared out, everything working fine. You ain't got no restrictions, but they call you back and say they blow another thermal fuse. That means this right here is bad. These do go bad. And what this does is, this tells the high thermostat when to cut the valve. As the heat comes through the box, comes out, whatever you got that timer set on, high, low, whatever temperature setting on it, when this finishes up and says, well, I need some more heat, this tells this, which tells the element to come back on and give them some more heat.
Oh, okay.
Only time these two come into place if you got a restriction. But as long as these two communicating with each other, you good. As long as you got enough electricity. But these right here, this is easy to put on, take off and put on. You got one screw in, out. There's your little thermostat. You know. And it just slides out like that.
Okay.
Slide it back in like that, in the housing. Now, well, but if you go to a house and you got all kind of excess lint right here and right here. Then that means this box right here where the fan is, it's the fan in there. Right here, it's got a whole lot of lint. So you got to take 4 screws out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 2 up here. That's 6 screws. This whole box will come forward.
Then you just gotta blow it.
And then you got to pull that box out and clean it out.
Okay.
But that's a lesson on the easy fix. Kenmore, Roper, Estate, any dry like this, right? It's an easy fix.
Okay.
If you go to anybody's house, if you there more than an hour, you got a problem.